Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Elizabeth Belfer.
Good afternoon. It is my honor and delight to be an MAS director and to be here with you at the summit today. And thank you all who stayed this late on a Friday afternoon. And thank you again to Senator Schumer for joining us and for kicking off discussion on the crucial topic of infrastructure. A couple of individual illustrative examples of the state of things. Like many of you, I am a frequent strap hanger. For some years, I would take the E-train to work, and I used to mark where I would stand on the platform at a point where the tunnel paint was peeling and was crumbling a little. Unfortunately, as time went on, there were so many places where that was the case that could no longer be my marker and where to wait. On a somewhat more serious note, a good friend of mine slipped and fell on a subway platform when she was 8 months pregnant a couple of months ago, not because it had rained that day or even the day before, but because the above structure was so deteriorating that water had collected below anyhow. On a larger scale, there has been recent press, and you just heard the senator mention, about the possibility of having to close one of the incoming tunnels to the city for major repairs. One can only imagine the huge practical, economic, not to mention mental health tolls that would take on New Yorkers and commuters alike. Infrastructure is not just a matter for engineering and city planning geeks. Though sometimes taken for granted, New York's infrastructure is the foundation on which we've built a century of sustained success as a global capital of business, culture, and ideas. Modern and secure roads, bridges, trains, tunnels, and airports are needed in order for the city to thrive, yet necessary improvements are costly. But as we've heard throughout this conference, we're the innovation capital, right? Can't we find ways to make our infrastructure cleaner, greener, lighter, and brighter? In the next series of Smart Talks, we'll look at new ideas for this very real crisis, thrust into focus by the impacts of Superstorm Sandy. How can we finance major infrastructure improvements? How do we prioritize projects? What can alternative fuels and newer materials offer in the way of solutions? Our next presenters will begin to address these pressing questions. Thank you.